Oh, May's calling me. One sec. Oh, shit.
You go ahead. We are live, everybody. Amazing. So today is Thursday. Happy Thursday. So we are waiting for our guest. She is a nurse of 20 plus years. She is the mother. She is a grandmom. She from Jamaica. Oh, here she is. Give myself a second. Hi, Cynthia.
Yay!
Hello.
Hello.
So
Hi.
sorry, it will take us a while. Hey sis, can you see if you still can stream it to your target audience to your page?
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
We are live right now.
Oh,
So I thought that we miss you. I thought that we cannot you cannot coming in. So we are live right now on the top right. Do you still see the option to add stream to your audience? If not, we can send you the YouTube link after this one done, and you can share on your page.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think we I think we live already, so probably it you cannot add in. So
Okay.
guys, welcome. Thank you so much, Miriam. So my
Yeah.
name PB. I work in the intensive care unit at the registered nurse for the last 15 years. We are all nurses here. We love what we do. Nurses, right? Healthcare provider. We work so hard. We work 12-hour shift. Sometimes the hospital short staff we stay over work 16-hour shift. And guess what? No time for family and still struggling paycheck to paycheck. But now, thanks to this online business, I am now a retired nurse at age 45. Thank you. Dustin, say hello.
Yeah, hi everyone. Thanks, PB. I can definitely relate to your story. I was a cardiac nurse for 16 years, so definitely started nursing back in 2009. And then I actually just fired my boss in April of this year. So I'm also boss free and now debt free because of this business. So that is me. And Miriam, to you.
Okay. So I'm Miriam. Like you said, I have been a nurse for over 20 years, and I've worked in various facilities. Um, I am a mom and a grandma and a wife, and recently came into this online business space, and I
Amazing.
am loving it. Woohoo!
Woo! Right, guys. So thinking about we on 15 plus year in nursing career. Right, we love to make a difference in our patient life, and but you know, as soon as the longer you work for somebody, you are replaceable, right? And recently last month, two major hospital in California, each hospital laid off over 200 healthcare employees, right? Because economy right now is tough. The hospital cut down the budget. So guys, if you are healthcare provider, if you are nurses and you don't have a side hustle, you don't have a plan B, check out this online business because a side hustle right now is a necessity. So check this out. And our online business is 100% legit. We register. We have a lot of tax write-off benefits, and it's so great to earn on automation. So let's go to the first question real quick. Dustin?
Yeah, I mean, I think, for myself, I started my business back in 2009, right? Living paycheck to paycheck. 2019. Wow. 2009 is when I graduated nursing. Wow. So 16 years ago. But yeah, I mean, obviously for us, we're working the 12 to 16-hour shifts. We're burnt out, sometimes sleeping during the day when we work on night shifts, away from family all the time. So that was my reason for starting this business. Can you just share with us what your reason was for looking for an online business?
Of course. So, after 20 years of nursing, nursing is fulfilling, like you said, but, you're constantly worried about burnt out, stability, things like that. And I did two jobs actually, and those are 12 hours. So, I'm wondering, is there something else besides working and then retire? Well, 2.5 years ago, my husband, was very healthy, called me one morning and he said, I can't walk. And I said, what? And then come to find out that he was septic with a very, very inflamed gallbladder. All right, so he had to be flown out to a higher, care facility
Yeah.
other than the rural one that we are at.
Wow.
And then they had to give him bouts of antibiotic to get him stable enough so that they can do the cholecystectomy. And then, that was done. And then you think that he would be on the mend, it was getting better, but he became worse. And we were wondering what is going on. So it turns out that he had a pocket of air and pus in his liver, a large one. And so, of course, he had to do a PICC line. He was sent home, and weeks and weeks and weeks of antibiotic and everything like that. So, I said to myself, I realized that then that, what, savings has no guarantees. It doesn't matter if you had a plan, you go to school, you're going to do this job, you save up your money, but things can happen along the way, right? So I then, that just kind of hit me. And I said, there got to be more life than this. And that's when this digital business opportunity showed up in my space. And so I'm like, wow, perfect timing.
Yeah.
So I took a leap of faith, and it's been a blessing ever since.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I know. That's great. I can kind of relate to your story as well. I lost my dad 4 years ago, unfortunately, just suddenly. He was here one day and then the next he was gone. And so that for me was the big shift in me and my mentality, right? I was already doing the business a little bit, but not really spending a ton of time doing the business. And that was obviously I had to, walk away from the business and come back. But that's the beauty of what we have here. But I mean, I hear you. Life is short. You don't know what kind of savings you have, if you have savings at all. And you're, it sucks or it's sad that when you have to go to your boss and you have to beg for time off and you're not guaranteed that time off, and now I have this business and I can focus on my family, which I was never able to do before, and still create an income from home, right? Or, wherever I am in the world. And that's the great thing about the business. But it just relieves that pressure. It relieves that pressure that you always have about what do I have in the savings account? Or can I have this time off to be with, my dad or my mom, or like, for instance, for your husband, so now that we have this, it just relieves some of that pressure, so I'm glad you found this. I'm glad that you're here. So thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I want to touch point on this as well, because we have a nurse and she worked 2 jobs. I don't know why nurses we work 3 jobs, right? So she want to retire at age 55, and literally she 54 year old. Next year she will be retired early from all of her saving from working 2 jobs. One night at the hospital, she took care of confused patient, the one that overweight, like confused, have the empty tube into the nose, and the patient confused, pull out the empty tube, and she hold the patient hand down, say, no, 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 you need the tube, let it be. The patient was confused, drop her hand, like, hit her hand multiple times. The end of the shift, she end up into emergency room. For the next 2 years, she went through multiple surgery. And guess what? She burned through her saving. She have no more saving at all. And the doctor told her, I'm sorry, but you no longer can work at the bedside nurse because her arm now injury and in pain all the time. She can barely lift up her arm. So guys, if you are nurses, if you are healthcare provider, don't be comfortable with the job that we have, right? Always have a plan B, always have a side hustle, always have the passive income so that you don't have to continue trading time for money.
Mm-hmm.
We go to work because we love to take care of patients, not because you have to, right? So guys, check this out. Send us the message and we love to share this business with you. It's free to check it out. Amazing, amazing. So, sister, how do you know if this business is legit?
Okay, so I was a little skeptical at first,
Mm-hmm.
but in life we have to take risk with just about anything, with your relationships, purchasing a car, buying a house, anything at all, and you have to exercise faith and belief. But where I was skeptical, when I got into this business and I saw real people, moms, nurses, retirees, young, old engineers, doctors, professions from persons from different countries building real income. I said, without selling, junk to your friends or chasing friends. I said, no, no. And, the also, what backed that up or what made it more incredible, like people are supporting you. No, I don't think so. But, it's honestly, it was the peace that I felt, the peace of mind and that support. And I just felt, that confirmed it for me, because that's how I know that this was it. And it is legit.
Yeah.
Yes. Thinking about I am from United States. Miriam, you're from United States as well, right?
Yes.
Yes. So United States guys, so when you earn income, you got check from the mail. At the end of the year, you got 1099. So our company 51 year in the market. And this is federal tax register with over 43 countries around the world. So Dustin, share with us, Canada, what do you got?
Yeah, so here in Canada, it's a little bit different than America. I mean, the same with tax write-offs and stuff, when it comes to any business, obviously. And that's the beauty of when you have your own online business, is that you can write off anything when it comes to your business. You buy a new laptop, you can write it off. You buy a phone, you can write it off, right? But for us, it's a little bit different. We have T4s here, not 1099s, but we get a T4 at the end of every year from our company partnership. And so again, we can use that for at the end of every year to do our taxes. And not only that, you can incorporate your business here as well. So we can incorporate through the government to know that it's a legal entity as well. So, I mean, a little bit different than America, but we still know that it's, government, following by all the regulations, etc. So, yeah.
Yeah. So you'll have a peace of mind, guys. Literally, our business, amazing, amazing. And we have 5 streams of income that you can earn with the system already built out for you. This is the business in the box. You plug yourself in, the system runs 24/7 in the background for you. You can go to work, you can spend time with your family, you can sleep good at night, and you earn up to 5 streams of income. Amazing. So let's go to the next question, Dustin.
Yeah, as we know, there's many, many, many online businesses out there, like from Mary Kate, Avon, etc., where they're trying to sell products for very small income, right? Holding inventory, etc. So as we know, our business here is completely different than that. But can you tell everyone that's watching, do we have to sell products or recruit people or chase friends or family or try to sell people things? Do we do that here in this business?
No, and that's the beautiful part about our business. You don't have to be a salesperson or beg anybody, chase anybody, because our business offers both services and products. But our automation system is always working in the background, doing all the heavy lifting for us. So if you're sleeping, you're doing laundry, you're out with your kids probably, or even working your own employment job, your regular job or not.
Yep.
You just plug in and show up and you learn the ropes, and the mentorship, next level.
Yes.
You're just you're just never alone. It's not about chasing people. It's all about attracting the right ones, that is, to the business.
Exactly. I love it. So, guys, don't worry. This is not an MLM. This is not a Ponzi scheme. We have real service. We have real products, and no selling involved. No chasing friend or family, right? The system it run for you in the background. So, I truly want you to take a leap of faith. Check out this online business. Send us the message, and we will share for you a free workshop. The same one that we all watch, and now I am a retired nurse at age 45. Dustin, that free and bought free at age 39. Amazing, amazing. So,
Yay.
sister, can you
Yes.
do the business when you have a full-time job?
So whether you're a busy parent, if you're otherwise, a lot of us are already bogged down with our employment jobs, right?
Yeah.
And we think we don't have the time. If you're a mother, you're working, kids, dinner, laundry, whatever it is that you're doing, you can maximize your time here.
Yeah.
just if you just focus maybe even 1 hour a day, it can shift your whole situation,
Yeah.
right? So don't count yourself out because you think you're busy. This business was made for people like us and you.
And that's the amazing thing about the business, right? And that's, we have a lot of those people that come here and they're like, can I do this with kids or a full-time job or, et cetera. And that's why our system is built the way it is and structured the way it is for busy parents, for busy families, for those people who work 12 to 16 hours. It's not built for people who don't have any jobs or who don't do anything. That's not what this system was built for. It's to pull people away from their 9 to 5 and be able to do something where they are able to be at home with the people that they love, right? That's why the system was built the way it is. And that's why I love it. So when I look back, when I started my business 6 years ago, I was upgrading my nursing, and not only that, but I had full-time, homework. I was at the hospital full-time working as a nurse, and then I had family, then I had homework, and then I had this business. So, thinking about being bogged down and had so much on my plate. But to me, it's like, if you really want that change, you're going to make it work. So you're going to get up a little bit earlier, or you're going to stay up a little bit later, or you're going to find the pieces throughout your day to build your business. If you really want that change, it all comes down to how badly do you want to change your situation. If you want to change bad enough, you will make it work, right? Obviously, we know this is not something that's just going to boom, wake up and you're going to be rich tomorrow. It's not a get rich scheme. It takes time to build. But the premises of having something like this is to take your plan B and turn it into your plan A. So when we are, let's say 10 years from now, we can have a safe retirement. If we were going to retire 10 years ago, mine came quicker than 10 years, being at 39, but that's the premises of this business, is to be set up for life when we hit 40 or 50 and not just be able to pull our pension, which is $700 a month or $800 a month. We can get to that goal where we get that $60,000, every year. Right? Or $5,000 a month for life. That is the goal here. Plus we make that income along the way as well. Right. So, so thank you for sharing that as well. I'm different here as well. I do, attract parents and healthcare workers, but I myself, I don't have children. However, that being said, I know how busy parents are and kids are and healthcare workers are, right? And how much that takes away from your actual life itself. But that's the premises of why we have this system built the way it is to help those people, get away from the 9 to 5 and be able to spend more time with their family, etc.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Amazing. So let's go to this question because everybody died to know. Sister, what are your achievements with this online business?
So let me tell you, since starting this business, everything has changed. I've connected with the best community and I've built something which is mine.
Yes.
So along the way, I've created resources that empower, other people, all from my phone. While we're here, we have to build a better and more comfortable life for ourselves and our family. And I cannot not mention the personal growth piece that we are privy to. The access that we have to mindset, intuition, willpower, all sorts of courses and lessons that are included in our business. We don't have to pay thousands of dollars to go, extra to get that, to achieve that. And so, even persons with, sometimes a person might have some mood disorder going and then they come into the business. They might have depression, anxiety. All those we just have such a multi-purpose value that they pass on to us. So, I've mentored others, attracted leads while I'm sleeping. And I've even brought my 10-year-old granddaughter along for the journey. I've dragged her to do a few lives with me. So, but most of all, I'm creating a legacy while I'm still serving others as a nurse.
Sis, because I know that you're a mother and you a grandmom as well. This business is a legacy that you can pass on to your children, to your grandkids for generation to come. And this is the passive income, the legacy. right? As the registered nurse, we cannot pass it on our nursing license. We cannot pass it on our nursing badge, right? But
No.
this business, you can pass on the business to your family for generation to come, guys. So if you love your family and if you want to build a legacy for your children now, time to take action. Send us a message. We love to share it with you. It's simply a proven system, an online business that anybody can do. Thank you, thank you. So Dustin, let me pull you up real quick. Share with us your achievement and what do you want to say to your audience?
Yeah, of course. Everyone's different in their path, right? In their journey, et cetera, when it comes to this business, depending, if you have been in the business a little bit longer, a little bit shorter. But I mean, everyone's goal is the same, and a little bit, everyone's journey seems to be a little bit the same, right? So even when, like yourself, Miriam, for me, being a nurse, I was very good with building rapport and building trust with my patients. But then when I came to like presentations and getting in front of people, I would get nervous and I would get scared and I would stutter and I would not want to do it. And so for me, that's been a big change, especially when I've gone from that to this, because I used to hate getting in front of people and talking, or I would stutter, or I would avoid it, or I would not want to do it. So that's been a big change for me, and the confidence that I have speaking to people and how I speak to people. Obviously it's different when it's face value, but it's definitely a different when it's the online space, because you don't know who's watching you. But not only that, but it just, even still now when I go on stage, speaking or getting in front of like 100 people and speaking, I'm not nervous like I used to be. So that's been a big change for me. And I think that's a big thing for me in my change, because that was a difficult thing for a long time for me. I would hate to do that. So that's been a huge achievement for me. And obviously, my journey has been different along the way. I've had ups and downs like any business. It's been 6 years. But my first year, I made $170,000, which has been incredible for me. Never really expected that to happen, especially when I was going to school and then working full time and all those things on my plate at the same time. But that's the beauty of when our business is set up and when we have things running in the background, so advertisements in the online space, that is able to bring people into our business who are getting curious, right? So that's the beauty of what we have here. And now fast forward 5 years, or 6 years, sorry, I'm debt free at 39. So I was able to pay off my $85,000 student loan. My credit card debt, line of credit debt, I don't carry any of that anymore, which is way different than before. Because I remember when I was in school, I could barely do anything. Even when I came out of school, every paycheck went to my student loan. I didn't have any money to go on trips. And I've gone on 3 trips already this year, which is different. I was in Mexico and then I was in San Diego. And then I was like, right, like it just doesn't, so different. And so I was able to walk away from my nursing career of 16 years this April as well, which I never thought would happen so soon, and so there's still ups and downs like anything, right? Mindset's a big thing. I've fallen into, like you talked about mentality and mental illness, a little bit with depression. Like I fell into a little bit of depression when I lost my dad, of course, right? I had to really shift out of that. And it took about 3 years. And I still have lows, and that definitely affects my business in a way, because when I'm feeling low, obviously that mindset and that energy is put out there. So I really got to take some time to step back from my business and get my mindset back in place and then come back. When you lose someone who's so important to you, those days are difficult, but again, it's why we have something like this, to generate an income that allows us. And the beauty is that I can build my business into a legacy even for my mom, where at some point in my business, I can build her into my business where she can generate an income, for however much longer she's going to be here for. You can't do that anywhere else. It's not like I can, pay my mom while I'm nursing. I can't do that, right? I can barely make enough money for myself nursing, right? So, but that's, again, why we have this and why we have it structured the way it is. And so, again, a legacy like that, or if I ever wanted to, bring my niece and nephew into my business, I could, build a legacy for them, right? So I can pass it on to them if I ever pass, So again, that's why, so there's so many achievements here, and it just gets better and better. And PB has a lot of achievements too, right? So again, it's different for everyone, but again, almost intertwines for all of us, because we all have that same goal at the end of the day is, you yourself, you want to spend more time with your kids, right? PB had the goal of spending more time with her husband. I myself, I wanted more time with my family. Even though I don't have kids, I wanted time with my family, my mother, my brother, right? Because I lost my dad. So my family became massively important to me. you know, not that it was never important to me. It just shifts a little bit, right? When you lose someone that important to you. So it's like every day you don't know if they're going to be around, unfortunately, because it was like my dad was there one day and then he was gone the next, you know? So it just really shifts you and changes things that are really important to you, even more value, you know? So
yeah. Thank you for sharing your journey. So inspiring. So let me pull myself up as well.
yes.
So just real quick. So guys, you already know I am an ICU nurse for the last 15 years. I love what I do. 2023, I have to work 2 nursing jobs at 2 hospitals across the country to make a living because we were got into a very bad, tight financial situation. And because of that, I worked 2 jobs. I saw my husband 4 weeks out entire year. And when my parents got sick, I could not even stay home taking care of my mom and dad. And that night, I went to the hospital, taking care of my patient. I prayed to God, please help me, right? Because there is more in life than just working 2 jobs and burn out and no life. Literally, it's on surviving mode and no life at all. And I found this online business on social media, and my goal to retire me from my nursing career in 5 years, I achieved in 5 months.
Yay.
So for the first 3 months, I earned over 3,000 per month. When I still working 2 full-time nursing job, I remember 15 minutes on lunch break, 30 minutes an hour when I get home. And the business work, the system proven work. It run on automation for you, and you have, I didn't know, we have up to 5 stream of income that you can earn with this online business.
Yeah.
So for 3 months, I make over 3,000 per month. By the fifth month in the business, I earned $15,000 at the side hustle. Retire me. Retire me for my 15-year nursing career. Bought free at 8:45. Since then, we travel 7 countries. I support my parents, send money monthly for them, but also be there for them whenever they need me. Finally, I can be with my husband. I sponsor my brother and his family from Vietnam, bring them over to United States. They stay with us right now. We support them financially on thanks to this business. May I make over $31,000, so 6 figure yearly. Five
Yes.
figure consistently monthly. This is what business can do for you.
Yes.
Again, if you are burnout nurses, you are missing out your kid milestone. You don't have a plan B. Check this out, because as long as you work for the boss, you are replaceable. So
Yeah.
please check this out. Send other message. We love to share it with you guys. Thank you. Thank you. So last question, sister. What is your advice for your audience?
So, if you're watching, just like you said, PB, and you're frustrated with being stuck, you could do this. You absolutely can. And you just need to be ready to begin doing this. If you're feeling, like that little nudge and you're kind of have this thing in the back of your mind, like it's time, just don't ignore it. Here you can have gain your flexibility, peace of mind, the growth that you get, the legacy that you can, pass on to your loved ones, and nowadays, like you said, like social, Dustin, we have the social security here, maybe something similar in your country. It's uncertain and it's unreliable, so you have to make certain that you have your side hustle. I mean, later on you can even, just say, okay, that's it, call it a day, just like you guys have done. So, persons listening, if you have, you have that gnawing in the back of your mind, reach out to one of us. We'll be there by your side, just walking you through just the way we started, and persons ahead of us walked us through it. We're here and we're available and we're willing to teach somebody else and to pass on these blessings to someone else.
Exactly. This is the blessing because we embrace so hard for this and we found this. So check this out. So Dustin, what about you? What is your last word to your audience, my dear?
It's the same as Miriam's and the same as every Thursday. It's just, if you're watching and you have that curiosity, more so it's just taking a leap of faith. Realistically, it's like risk-free, right? So what do you have to lose? It's not trying to push anybody in to start the business. Obviously, they have to want to change and they need to have some sort of change or have a curiosity. But I mean, if you have a curiosity to want to have more, then why not send one of us the message, right? Wherever you're watching from, and ask us for more detailed information. All the information to look further into this business is free. The webinar is free. The information is free to actually get into the business. And then moving forward, right, you can decide then if this business is something that you want to move forward into. So again, more so for me is just taking that leap of faith and just get curious and see if this is for you. Again, it's risk-free. So, I mean, you don't have to continue after you get the information if you don't want to. But again, obviously, if you're watching, there's some sort of curiosity to want something different, right? So
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. And guys, if you don't change anything, you will continue to work one job, two job, even three jobs. You continue to missing out your kid milestone, and you are replaceable. What if the only job you have right now, you don't have it tomorrow? Who will pay your bill, right? Who will pay the tuition for your children, and the legacy you can pass on? So, guys, check this out. Warren Buffett say, if you don't find a way to earn income while you're asleep, you will work until you die. Don't work until 70 years old. Oh my goodness, right?
Yeah.
Enjoy life now.
Yes.
Start this business at the side hustle. Send us the message. We love to share it with you. And again, it's free to check it out. Thank you so much, Sid Miriam. Thank you for having us today. We appreciate you so much. And guys, be inspired. Take the leap of faith. And this business can truly transform your life and building the legacy to passive income to your family. Thank you. We see you next week, Thursday, everybody. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Send out your messages.